down the road. If and when it ever does change, or I'm going to talk like an American. I'm joking. Everybody's so touchy nowadays. I even call myself an old broad sometimes. I'm just playing. But seriously, it matters. It matters that the College of Physicians said the reason that I have 2 holes in my knee was not because of the 4 corrective surgeries I had to do, but it was because I smoked. Yes, that was the reason. I'm not ready to put all the paperwork up yet until I have people that join me and through this journey. But when it starts to, hopefully, if this channel doesn't build momentum, then I'll try something else. But I'm not going to stop until there's something done. And it's the right thing to do. I just know it is. And when it does pass, it could be 10 years from now, right? Who cares? You're going to care. Because I believe that any surgeon that makes an error, and they don't do it on purpose, do you know that the doctor, in his defense, I have to tell you that he was seeing 100 patients a day. This is pre-COVID. This is 2017. And then I got COVID January 10th of 2019. So I've lived in both worlds. I get it. But this didn't have to happen, just like COVID didn't have to happen. Anyways, exercise always gets my mind off of these negative things, which is what I want this channel to be positive. Okay, so I always start with my arms. Now, these are, I don't know, 10-pound weights. And if you have a ball, you have to sit up straight on it. You don't have a choice. So instead of standing there, squeezing your core together or trying to figure out where your core is to keep it tight to get good abs, your core is right here. And these, I don't know what they're called. These. Now listen, I'm not a licensed trainer. I've been exercising and doing aerobics and dancing since I was 12. I know what I've been taught, but do this at your own risk. I'm not responsible. I'm responsible for me, and you're responsible for you, and I want you to be careful, because I'm not going to be able to do many exercises today, but I will give you a layout of what a good workout will look like next week and tomorrow. Talking Tuesday, when I read the Testaments. See, my take is one take, so I'm not going to edit this. So if you get bored during different parts, just forward the tape. It's easy. I sound really flippant, don't I? I apologize, I really do. Every time I start talking about that, it just makes me so mad. But for the first 4 years, anyway, we'll get to that. Okay, ready? So if you don't have weights, or if you're not at a gym, then use soup cans. If you're tiny, and if you're 60 or even me, this is hard for me. So this is 10-pound weights. So the way I was taught is you curl them up and down. So I usually do, right now, I can do 4 sets of 10. And when you're breathing, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. And when you breathe in, your stomach should actually be going out, and when you breathe out, your stomach should actually be going in. It's the exact opposite. Yoga breathing is exactly the way singers sing, which reminds me that horrible song that I wrote where oh my gosh. But see, it's like skaters can't start their routine from the beginning, so the show I can't even do anymore. And then you would do, you know, as many as you can. Now the other exercise you can do that's really good for the back of your arm is, this is the way I do it. So I hold my, here, can you see my leg? So this is my bad leg, so still working on the muscle. So put one knee or the other on this ball, because remember, you have to balance on these. These have no mercy. They have no mercy, these balancing balls. Okay? Holy, I can't even start with 10 pounds doing that. This is 5 pounds. And you know what I like about this is if you're joining me, it's fantastic. And if not, well then, at least I can see the progress that I'm making and see if it's making me feel better. One of the things that you have to work at after an injury is structure again. It's so easy to fall out and into new habits and forget your old ones. I used to be so fit. Anyways, so hold this 5-pound weight and then you go out. And if you're wobbling a little bit like I am, it's okay because you're just balancing the ball. If you're in a wheelchair, I was for a year and I know what it's like, and you know what? Anybody who has lost a limb or cannot walk, I'm doing this, I can't talk about it. I will save this for another day. I'm a little tired from the move. Okay, so the arm ones. So you can do 8 sets, 4 sets of 8 or 5 sets of 8, both arms, and then again out. And you know what? You don't even have to start with weights. You know what I started to do when I first started after I got out of the wheelchair? I was so depressed. But I want to explain the difference between my situation and other situations, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. It's not about one-upping, it's always about telling the truth. And now remember, for your, oh my goodness, I know the name of this muscle. It's right off the top of my head. And I'm going, the joys, as Julia Child would say, the joys of menopause. And just svetting, like Ukrainians, svetted. I'm Ukrainian, so I can do that. Okay. Your biceps. No, those are your biceps. Anyways, the muscle at the back of your arm. That's how you make it firm. And you know what? I'm going to be 52 in 60 days. Oh, I better put the 5 with the 5. Okay, so those are some weight exercises for your arms. Oops, I just tripped. See, on the clubs too. Okay, now, if you've got one of these balls, you've got to get a ball. So now we're going to work on a little bit of leg strengthening and just start slowly. And if you're 80, you can do this as long as, you know, you get back up. Okay, this ball is actually a little too big for me. My knee should be here. But at any rate, can you see me? Okay, so then you got the ball here. Hold it tight. And for your stomach, let's squeeze it into your bum. Like squeeze! And then push the small of your